Hey guys, Frank here from Preston, Melbourne, Australia. Um, just putting up this video. This is a response to Vinyl Richie's one he put up a couple of weeks ago regarding his 11 years in the VC. So yeah, congratulations, Vinyl. Yeah, so he put up this video and basically he's too lazy to do it himself, but he's requested for us to create some sort of competition for him, and he's going to judge it and they give some prizes out, some albums to people who live in America. If someone outside of America wins, he's going to give them a gift voucher or something, $500 or something. I'm not sure, but anyway, so here we go. I thought here's a competition that he would possibly would be into, and he'd be able to answer this, and it's basically name or show your 11 favorite outsider music albums. So yeah, outsider music, basically it's this is a quote from the net. Outsider music is created by self-taught or naive musicians. The term is usually applied to musicians who have little or no traditional music experience, who exhibit childlike qualities in their music, or who have an intellectual disability or a mental illness. So yeah, so I thought I'll go through my records and I'll pick out 11 and put them out, and I'll rank them from my number 11 to number one. So here we go. We'll start off, and we've got this starting with number 11. These records are also outside of music. Also, a lot of these records are quite tattered, but I don't know. Start off with this one here. We've got you know Tiny Tim. This was released on, I think, in 1969. Um, it's called God Bless Tiny Tim. Um, you know, he sang in this, quite annoying sort of a falsetto. And this album's got his biggest song on it, which was Tiptoe Through the Tulips. So yeah, Tiny Tim. All right, next up, we've got this guy here, um, Hassel Atkins. He's a guy from West Virginia, you know, basically a hillbilly. Grew up in a very, very poor family, and he's one of the pioneers of psychobilly. He had um, a major hit, or not a major hit, but a very well-known song that the Cramps covered called "She Said." Another song called "Chicken Walk," and he mainly sings about chickens, sex, decapitations, and yeah, quite an interesting fella. Spent a bit of time in prison. Um, Passed away in about 2005. But yeah, there we go. Saul Atkins. Next along, we've got this legend, William Shatner. You know, some of you will remember him as Captain Kirk from Star Trek. And this album is just, yeah, it's a classic. It's a covers album, and mainly sort of like a spoken word style with music, but it's just got these legendary songs. Like he does a cover of Lucy in the Sky and Diamonds, Mr. Tambourine Man. Yeah, so yeah, William Shatner, yeah, transformed man. He's still alive, actually, 93, and I've heard that he's going to be releasing a heavy metal album pretty soon. So yeah, that'd be quite interesting to see. But yeah, William Shatner. All right, next, Rocky Erickson. Yeah, this is with the Ockerville River. Um, True love cast out all evil. Like, known for being the founding member of the 13th Floor Elevators, which I've got a couple of their albums, but I thought I'd put a solo album up of his. Um, yeah, great album. Yeah, Rocky Erickson. There you go. All right, next I'll have to. I can't get any of this guy's stuff on album because it's quite expensive. But I've got a CD of his, and this is a guy called Wesley Willis. Great stuff, you know. He's very well known for his song called Rock and Roll McDonald's. Um, yeah, check him out on the internet. His live gigs are just, yeah, they're pretty out there, very out there. Uh, Wesley Willis, good stuff, good stuff. All right, next, we got this legend, you know, Zappa produced album, An Evening with Wild Man Fisher. Yeah, this is just a absolute classic. Absolute classic. 1969, as I said, produced by Zappa. Some great docos on this guy. You know, absolutely out there, out there. Love this cover. You know, here he is with his mum. You know, um, great stuff. You know, the album contains classics like Merry Go Round, Monkey versus Donkey. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. This gets the party going. Great stuff. Great stuff. Next along, we've got this classic here. Also, Zappa quoted these guys as being better than the Beatles, and it's the Shags philosophy of the world. They're basically three sisters, Dorothy, Betty, and Helen Wiggins, and they were formed by their father from New Hampshire, and yeah, it's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant stuff. You know, quite out of tune. It's yeah, oh, yeah. My Pal Foot, absolute classic song, classic song. So yeah, yeah. Here we go. All right, next along. This is we got this quite well-known fella, Sid Barrett. Yeah, this was released in 1970. His debut solo album after he was thrown out of Pink Floyd. Um, you know, it's production and playing on here. You know, David Gilmour and Richard Wright do appear on here. But yeah, great album. Classic songs like Effervescence, Elephant, yeah, and Baby Lemonade. But yeah, he sadly passed away. I don't know, probably about 10 odd years ago. But yeah, Sid Barrett. Right, next we go to this classic. Hi, how are you, Daniel Johnson? Um, this was released in 1983. This album cover became quite famous through Kurt Cobain. He wore a T-shirt with this on it back in the day. But yeah, this is great. You know, awesome stuff. I saw this guy live, God, about 15 years ago here in Melbourne. Great, absolutely great. But yeah, yeah, he's well worth checking out. Daniel Johnson. Hi, how are you? All right, moving along. The second last one. You know, this would be at the top of the list for a lot of people, but this is my second favourite side of music album, and by this legend, Captain Beefheart. You know, released in 1969, his third album, also produced by Zappa. You know, Zappa seems to there seems to be a Zappa theme through these albums. Um, but yeah, great. You know, as Matt Groening said, the greatest album I've ever heard. But yeah, like I said, the original copy. Um, yeah, thank um, Captain Beefheart, Trout Mask replica. And as of my favourite outside of music album, I'd have to go for this one. Stevie Moore, Loud Music. This guy's from Nashville. He's still alive. Yeah, he's 74 years old, I think. And, you know, he's the king of DIY music. He's released about 400 records, all mostly on cassette. He used to run his own cassette trading club, record stuff and send it to people. But this album, just absolute classic. The songs on here are just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, instrumentalist. Yeah, like he started in 1968, and he's yeah, as I said, he's made 400 albums. But yeah, great stuff. So yeah, there you go. There's my entry. Top 10, 11, or no, top 11 outside of music. Um, yeah, so that will be the comp for others if they can put their top 11 outside of music on. So yeah, good on you, Richie, with your 11 years. Love watching your channel. You're one of my favorites. And yeah, speak to you all soon. Catch ya. Bye.